Hello Formula 1 fans, guys and girls, older and younger, whatever planet you're from. Welcome to another Formula 1 vlog about the news that happened in the last few days in Formula 1. Well, we don't have a Grand Prix this week. It's kind of strange to not have two Grand Prix in a row for once. Obviously, the big news this week, Honda will be leaving Formula 1 at the end of 2021. We also have some rumors regarding the Alfa Romeo lineup for 2021. And some news also about Ferrari ahead of the German Grand Prix. So let's get to it, and please remember to hit the like button and to subscribe to this channel. So let's start with Red Bull. Big news on Thursday, if I'm right. Honda will not stay in Formula 1 after 2021. They were the first to announce that they would be in Formula 1 next year, concerning the new regulations, new technical regulations that were supposed to take action next year but were postponed because of the COVID-19 issues. And this week it's announced they're not coming back for 2022 when these regulations will actually arrive. The reason they gave is one mostly of economics. 2020 is very tough on Honda, on the whole automobile industry. They're looking at a market that is also changing, and they feel like they have attained their goals in Formula 1 with their comeback since 2015. We know how tough it was when they were with McLaren and running almost a GP2 engine as qualified by Fernando Alonso. They managed with Red Bull and Alfa Tauri and Toro Rosso, if we want to call them that, to achieve 5 victories in Formula 1, to get on the top step of the podium, and maybe a few other years in 2022 with the regulations they could have achieved a world championship, but we will never know. They are happy of what they did, and according to what we heard, it's already been super tough to stay in Formula 1 for Honda. Those working with Red Bull were doing everything that they could to stay there, but the Japanese head firm is reluctant, and in the end they're getting the last word. So it means for Red Bull that for 2022 they will have to find a new engine partner, but we'll get to that in a moment. Let's ask first, what does that mean for Red Bull in the near future? Are their season in jeopardy? Is 2021 in jeopardy for them? Well, for 2020, probably not, because since they have another year to stay, for sure they will want to try and improve this current engine that will be pretty much the same next year, and try to give something very good to their two teams. But in 2021, this is where this could hurt, because knowing that they will not be back in 2022, they will not put as much money and effort on their Formula 1 engine. At least that's what we suppose, because knowing they're leaving, the budget will be cut probably from a significant amount, and Red Bull will just have to deal with it. No cars, good. I would like to see Formula 1 cars. But yeah, so in the immediate future of 2020, nothing to worry about. But 2021, yeah, we could see a bit of a regression on Red Bull's and Honda side. Does it mean something for the drivers? Well, maybe, because even though we don't know the details, there is usually a clause in the contract of the drivers, and that includes Max Verstappen, that if there is a huge change in the team, such as a change in engine partner, something very big that could affect the whole team, they could potentially decide to end their contract and go elsewhere. We don't know if that's the case in the current contracts, but we suppose that it is a possibility. I don't think that Max Verstappen will want to go somewhere else. Ferrari is deadlocked for 2022 since Carlos Sainz will be there and Charles Leclerc. Maybe Mercedes, that is a possibility since Valtteri Bottas only has a 1-year deal, as he always had with the team. We don't know if Lewis Hamilton will be there in 2022. For sure, I think there's plan to stay, but don't know. There could be a seat at Mercedes in 2 years, open for someone like Verstappen, should he wish to end his contract in that manner. But these are only speculation, nothing founded here. And now we also have to ask the question, who will Red Bull get their engine from in 2 years? Well, with the current regulation, the team with the less customers, the engine manufacturer with the less customers will be forced to give Red Bull an engine, which means that at the moment Renault would have to give Red Bull and Alfa Tauri a Formula One engine. They would have to accept to supply them. We know that the two, Red Bull and Renault, are not in great terms. When their partnership ended not a few years ago, Chris Horner was very vocal, the whole Red Bull team very vocal on the Renault engine that was not great at the time. Since then, yes, they have improved. Renault is now a very competitive car. We've seen it in the last few races. They have been almost fighting for podiums recently, and they are coming back. So the Renault engine is back where it should be to some extent. But will they really want to go back to them? Of course, if they have no choice, they will. But I also very doubt that Red Bull will be able to convince a Mercedes or Ferrari to give them their engine. Giving a Mercedes engine would be super big. Same for Ferrari one, even though at the moment I don't think anyone wants a Ferrari engine. And this is the tricky spot here, because Red Bull is a top team. Whichever team they get their engine from, they will be in direct competition with them. So it is a tricky one, and you can bet that there will be big money talk at some point about that. And as for Red Bull themselves, I think they accepted it. They were made aware of it. There were rumors at the end of August, but they were made aware of it only a few days before the press release. And they just accepted. There's not much that they can do. So what does the future hold for Red Bull? We will find out hopefully soon enough. Next, we have some Alfa Romeo news. The sister Ferrari, we can almost call it that. So what you're about to hear are only rumors. There is nothing founded there either, but we want to talk about the driver lineup for 2021 at Alfa Romeo. Will Kimi Räikkönen stay? And Antonio Giovinazzi? This is a very good question. At the moment, rumors are putting Kimi Räikkönen back in the car for next year. Apparently, it would only be a matter of time before they make the announcement. from what we've seen this season, Kimi is still a very fast driver. He can still drive. He can compete at the moment with Giovinazzi. He's the best of the two drivers overall. When you look at quali and race results, and he still loves doing it. So from what we've heard, Raikkonen would say there, the team for sure would want to keep him, because we're seeing it also at the moment with the car that is, that's weird, with the car that is getting better and better this season, and you know they are now at the door of the points almost every race. Raikkonen is a very big asset to have in their team. So we will see, but yeah, rumors are saying that he will be back next year. As for Antonio Giovinazzi, this is another big interrogation mark. His results for the last 2 years, this year and last year, were never really there. Last year he was getting better at the end of the season, and this year it's also pretty average. His quali pace is not great. He is the only driver that never made it to Q2 so far this year, and in the race often finishing behind his teammate Raikkonen. Of course he is a Ferrari driver, but the fact that Ferrari took Carlos Sainz for next year instead of Antonio tells pretty much the picture of where he stands right now in the Ferrari family. And also Alfa Romeo have a lot of options they could use for next year. You can just think of course, Mick Schumacher in Formula 2 right now, that will also be making his debut in a Formula 1 car next week in Germany. He will replace Giovinazzi, which we were just talking about during FP1. They also have two other drivers in Formula 2 right now, and should not forget Sergio Perez, who's out of contract for next year. He is someone that any team looking for a driver will consider. Having Perez alongside Raikkonen would be a huge lineup for them to help Alfa Romeo develop the car. Of course, we also don't know where Perez is looking at. We know he had talked with various teams. We can probably name Alfa Romeo and Haas, but could he also potentially go to Red Bull should they decide to get rid of Alex Albon? Albon got a podium, so I think he will be fine for next year, but we never know. But for sure, the current rumors are putting Raikkonen back in Formula 1 next year, which would be fun knowing that Alonso is also coming back. Both drivers started pretty much at the same time in Formula 1 all the way back in 2001, if I'm right, and I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comment if I am. And finally, we talk quickly about the main Ferrari team, Ferrari, who will be bringing more upgrades to their car in Germany next week. They've been happy with what happened in Russia, with the directions that everything was going. Charles Leclerc took a great 6th position. Vettel struggling a bit much, but I think at the moment, knowing that Vettel is having a tough season and that maybe he's just not in there, they are looking probably more at the data from Leclerc, since he's under contract until 2024, and he will be super motivated to make this car better after also getting a podium at the beginning of the season. And if he has to stay there for the next 4 years, he will not want to just sit back and be lazy. He will want to help the team build a championship winning car once again. So Ferrari to bring upgrades in Germany next week at the Nürburgring. That's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Always super cool to do these little vlog video. It's getting a bit frisky here in Montreal. We are in October after all. But I also can't wait to see Formula 1 running again here in my hometown at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I do plan to do a very special video for the next Canadian Grand Prix should it happen. Something live from the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So just subscribe and follow me also on Facebook so that you don't miss anything that will be coming up on this channel. Thank you once again. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you again later this week, probably for the pre-race show of the German Grand Prix. Take care.